says preparing to live stream, but I think it just means that we are live streaming. So we'll just wait.
We're learning this.
Exactly. We'll wait for us to give us the official count. And I believe we are there. Welcome to week 2, ladies and gentlemen of the Gracious 2. Week 2 of the Gracious 2. You got that right.
Week 2, episode 2. There you go.
So what's going on, man?
Chilling as always.
There you go. Chillaxing.
Just getting the kids to school and doing that kind of stuff right now. So, you know, dad mode.
Really duty. Yeah. Duty. I always love that word.
So the first 3 episodes, I'll be in dad mode. And then the 4th episode, I won't be in dad mode.
Yes. We get on dad mode, Chad. I love it.
I don't know what's going to be different, but whatever.
You'll be doing the pod naked, I heard, for your fans.
Just take my shirt off.
That's all.
Hang out.
Hang out with your wang out, as they say.
Mm-hmm. Rock out with your cock out.
Yes. That's my famous saying, or is a famous saying that I like to use.
Oh, yeah. I thought you were going to try to claim it. I was like, damn, you invented that?
Yeah, dude. Don't let anybody know, though, you know? So a day of remembrance yesterday. Do you remember where you were 9/11/2001?
Oh, I remember very specifically where I was.
Talk to me.
Do you want to tell that story?
Please.
So, this was in my single period, and I had flown a girl in from Miami to hang out with me when I lived in Portland.
Yes.
And so she was supposed to be there. What day so that was on Tuesday, right? What day was 9/11?
I believe you're right. It was either a Monday or a Tuesday, but for some reason I'm thinking Tuesday.
I think it was a Tuesday, because she was supposed to leave on Wednesday. And I was at that point, and she's a great girl and very nice, but I was just kind of ready for her to go.
Right.
Not to be in my space anymore.
Yeah.
And so we had a great time and all that stuff. But so my phone rings at 6:40 a.m. or 6:45, something like that. Yeah, because I was on the West Coast. And it's my mom, and she says, "You see what's going on?" I was like, "What do you mean?" She's like, "Turn on the TV." So we're watching all the shit go down, and then the second jet hits, and then they're talking about all this stuff, and then all of a sudden they're like, "Yeah, we're shutting down national airspace." Yeah. And at this point, it dawns on me. I just look over, and I'm like, "Oh fuck, she's stuck here."
You're like, "God damn it, this national
I was like,
tragedy."
Yeah, exactly. This is horrible, but I got to bring it back down to my microcosm, and I'm like, "Oh no, this chick is stuck here with me." Okay.
So how did we give her the caboot, so to speak? Because I think it was grounded for a couple days. Remember.
I called in a buddy to like hang out with her for a little while, like get her out of the house so I could just like have my own space. And then like I think by Friday or so she could fly again. So
yeah.
But yeah, so I remember that very specifically. Yes, and we were actually reconnected on Facebook and talked about that. It's just like how crazy that was.
Yeah, you were 9/11 buddies, so to speak.
Yeah. Yes, exactly.
What now? Because you said so. I guess your mom had hit you before the second tower hit. I mean, the second plane. Yeah. So at that point, I mean, as far as I was concerned, I thought it was like a stupid drunk pilot or something. Like I wasn't really expecting it to be terrorism. And then once they were live streaming and that second plane hit, I'm like, "Oh fuck, America is under attack. This is crazy."
Yeah, it became pretty evident pretty fast at that point.
It also became pretty evident that America unites pretty damn quickly in their resolve. And I've never felt as much pride to be an American, I would say, until like 9/12/2001, when it was like flags everywhere and just America. It was kind of, from a shitty situation, it was kind of cool to see everybody in America just kind of hop on the same page and like, fucking, let's go get terrorism now.
Oh, absolutely. That was amazing. I mean, that was amazing. I love that too. It was great to see. I would hope that if something happens like that today, the country would come together like that.
Right.
Kamala Harris tried to compare J6 to fucking to 9/11. I don't think that's the same.
What is J6?
J6. January 6th.
Sorry, I didn't know they had this little J6 lingo. My bad.
Oh, sorry. Yes.
Wow.
She gave a speech where she compared the two, and I'm just like, everyone's like, are you serious? So I guess my point is the country didn't rally around J6 the way they rallied around 9/11. It's two totally different things.
Right. Two totally different things. One was us like saying, hey, you stole an election. The other one was us fighting for our freedoms. You know what I'm saying? Like 9/11 and J6, as they say, are two totally different things. Just I don't know. I don't know much. I'm a dumb comedian and podcaster. So
hey.
Exactly. Oh, I know. But so yeah, man. I mean, it was cool to see as I was, I don't know, I think 19 or somewhere around there, 20-ish. And it was just cool to see everybody come together and everybody was on the same page. And, it was sucked that it took something like that to happen. But yeah, I wonder if it did happen today, if we would have that level of camaraderie or if we would still be so divisive. I'm not sure.
Hard to say right now. It is hard to say, especially when you have a president that won't even, be at the White House or at the ground zero to mark the occasion. Because it's 22 years later. I heard the excuse was, well, they didn't go visit Pearl Harbor 22 years after Pearl Harbor happened. That was kind of the official White House excuse.
That's the standard for what we do.
I mean, he's got to be. This guy is like Biden's like it's totally anti-American. It's unbelievable what he continues to do.
22 years ago, like we need to. Oh my goodness, yeah. Well,
it's just crazy to me that this guy is president and acts like this,
and
complete disregard for the country. It's unbelievable.
And seems to have a pretty good shot at taking it over again in 2024 if somebody doesn't really count ballots. Or I wonder if they're going to do the whole everybody gets a ballot this time thing, because why would they not? It worked out so well for them last time.
Yeah, it was funny. I just heard Tulsi Gabbard on Joe Rogan talking about how she lived in a house, I think in DC, and the old owners who were dead got ballots that year. Just like I told that story about my dad getting a ballot from my mom got a ballot from my dad. He was dead. I'm like, so how many, so there's two examples, personal examples.
Right.
How many times did that happen? And how many of those ballots got sent in?
Well, I don't think
it's unbelievable.
But my aunt and uncle got.
And again, stupid friend for guy from Live or guy from the fans of Live who said that my mom committed election fraud. She did not send it in. Okay.
Right. Okay. Let's clarify so they could hear it clearly. She did not send it in, gentlemen. But so to tell you this, so my aunt and uncle, they got those ballots and they thought it was like the ballots, the absentee ballots that you would get if you couldn't vote. So they threw theirs out, and then once they realized that those were actually the ballots that they had to use, they called up and got two brand new ones sent to them. So there, they could have lied about the two ballots being lost, and then
there's no verification. Yeah.
Right.
They didn't have to sign an affidavit or anything, right? Just I will send you two new ones. Fine. Go ahead.
And just to clarify, they threw out the original ones. They did not mail in 4 ballots, so we can not have anything mixed up there.
Because if we talk about it and we're Republican conservative, we would commit the fraud.
Yes.
Not the whole other side that actually did it. And this is the point we're making. But it's okay.
But it's okay. We will make it through. I'm watching this thing on Netflix that is fucking cool as hell, man. It's called Spy Ops. Have you heard of this?
No, I'm not. Check it out.
Dude, you are gonna love it, man. It gets into spies from all different sides, from KGB to Israeli to MI6 to our CIA.
I'm looking it up right now.
Yeah, dude, it's dope. Oh, so let me tell this before I hop on this. So we have a producer who is
a history buff. Which, by the way, that is early onset Republican.
Yes, I remember that. That's from Netflix. Shane Gillis.
Yes.
Oh man, I'm
just
good.
popped up. All right, I can't do this right now.
Ah,
I just wanted to find that show. Anyway, Spy Off. So I'm looking up.
yeah, dude. Two
Go ahead.
words.
Tell your
But,
story.
yeah, so let's audience know we do have somebody who will be able to, like, we're talking about spy ops now. They could pull up an article on it, put it on screen so everybody could see. But there was some miscommunication apparently between myself and him on when he would start.
Oh.
So yeah, so his thought is he's starting next week, and my thought is he was starting this week, and I clearly had said that, but I'm going to let it slide this one last time. I told him we need commitment from here on out. Otherwise, we move on to the next.
We're definitely not calling him Jamie then. It's, already got this jacked up. Just kidding.
Right. He's definitely Baba Booey at this
He
point.
has not attained Jamie status.
Right.
What's his name? For real?
Julio Iglesias. Yeah.
Well, fair. Cool. All right. Julio Iglesias is doing it. Awesome.
I do call him Rob Bobby Yankee. His name is Robert Hayes, so I call him Rob Bobby Yankee. So that'll be for him. Rob Bobby Yankee, pull that up for us.
I was just calling Bobby. Really, pull that up, Bobby.
That works. Bobby. Yeah, anything works. It's kind of a cool name to pronounce all different ways.
Yeah.
So when he gets here next week, guys and gals that are listening, give him some shit for not being here this week.
So speaking of Netflix, I watched Painkiller, which is awesome. Have you seen?
So since we spoke about it, I am on episode 2 and I freaking love it.
All right, sorry, we spoke about this last week. Yeah, because Peter Berg was on Joe Rogan, and I watched the whole series. It's freaking amazing. Did a great job. The Sacklers are man, piece of work. No one's mentioning how great Broderick was in that. Matthew Broderick. I mean, come on. Ferris Bueller kicked ass in that freaking show. He was so good. I haven't heard anybody talk about him. Maybe that's just me, but I just haven't heard anybody talk about how great a performance he did.
The right winger, I think, isn't he?
Broderick? I don't know.
Well, because his wife, Sarah Jessica Parker, I couldn't imagine being anything but liberal. But he seems like maybe he could lean a little right. I'm not sure, but a phenomenal performance. And to go from Ferris Bueller to that is like, wow.
Obviously, he's done, lots in between there, but yes.
Right. A lot of
performance
work too. He was doing Broadway and all that good stuff. So that definitely picks up your acting chops, I would think.
Yeah, because the whole show, Peter Berg and Joe Rogan, they didn't mention Broderick at all. I was like,
oh wow,
dude, he did a great freaking job.
And he was really one of the. I mean, there was a couple like other actors that you'd seen before, but he was really the main attraction in that.
Yeah, I liked Shannon Schaefer. That's David Duchovny's daughter, West Duchovny.
Really?
West Duchovny, yes.
With Tia Leone?
I guess so, yeah.
Oh my, because you know who she is, Tia Leone?
Yeah, absolutely.
She is hot, dude. So I mean, good looking dude. Them two making kids.
Well,
probably old enough for me to say hello to.
The Shannon Schaefer is looking good. West Duchovny.
Shout out to her. Hey, I got a cool question for you.
Yes, sir.
Any bands that opened for you guys, and I mean, I guess the Gracious Few included, but really live, any bands that open up for you guys that eventually became like successes where you're like, oh shit, so-and-so is now over here.
Absolutely. Weezer opened for us in '94.
No way.
On a tour.
Dope.
And that was cool. Rivers, eccentric, but really great, nice guy. At the time, he still had a short leg. So he got that hit. I don't remember when they came out. He had this one leg was shorter than the other. So he kind of limped around. Yeah. And he got that fixed. And then we did a festival with him a few years later, and we saw him again. But the bass player was this guy named Matt Sharp, who went on to do another band. They had one hit, but he was a dick, dude. Oh my god.
Oh god.
The guitar player was cool, and Pat, the drummer, was awesome. Great band, mostly great guys. They got rid of Matt Sharp. So
it's usually they get rid of the dicks after so long.
Yeah.
Take some time to root out. But
and then Muse actually opened for us in Europe back in like '99 or something. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. And that was friggin' cool to watch. And then they're friggin' gigantic now. So
yeah. I mean, they got a hardcore core following.
Yeah. Big time. Those are the two notables. I mean, I'm trying to think of others. I'll I'll marinate on that.
And then let me
see, some others
there along the live tours, because I know you've opened up for some cool ass bands like Jane's Addiction. At some point, was there? Talk to me about some of the bands you guys opened up for, even though technically, you know, you were live at that point. But I guess it's just cool to go on tour with Jane's Addiction.
Yeah. So it's funny. We tried to not open as much as we could through, especially in the beginning of our career. And I mean, in 93 or 4, we were asked to open for U2.
Oh, wow.
And we said no, like
oh
dipshits.
My God. That must have, I was going to say, because that was like a huge influence for you guys.
Oh, yeah. I mean, but at the time we were about to embark on I think it was a headlining theater tour. And we're like, we want to establish ourselves as a headliner. You know, thank you for the offer. Very flattering.
Right.
But funny story about that is my friend Brian Smith, who was a business partner with Jerry Harrison of Talking Heads, who produced a few of our records, a few of our great records. He somehow got to have a dinner with Larry Mullins Jr., who was the one guy in U2 that I've never met, of course, the drummer. And Larry, it's Larry's band, and he picked all the openers, and so he selected us, and we said no. We're one of the very few bands that ever said no to open for U2, and he still remembers that to this day, because Brian mentioned us, and he's like, yeah, they said no to us.
I mean, I get it, but he should also realize that you were Rolling Stone's 1995 Artist of the Year, so that was right before that. You guys made that decision, so it was probably a better decision to make.
I don't think Larry cares. He's pissed.
Yeah,
I'm mortified. Like, damn it. If I ever meet Larry, he's gonna be like, you didn't know. I'll blame it on the other guys. They picked. They said no. Actually, we all, you know, unanimously said no to that, because we were getting ready to do, 2,000 to 3,000 seaters ourselves, and we were like, man, we want to do this. It'd be cool to fucking do that, but we want to do this.
Right. And I'm sure your management was pushing you to go the other way because it meant more money for them. If you were,
you got to kind of sometimes think of that too. Yes, we got asked to play in the White House. I think in 94 or 95 for Clinton. It was 95 because we just come off tour for Throwing Copper, and we were like, we toured like 18, 19 months straight. Basically no breaks. Oh yeah, we said no.
Wow.
Because we were tired. That's another thing I regret. It's like, fuck, what the hell were we thinking?
Oh, you guys could have been in the White House.
Yeah, could have.
And you could have been like Snoop Dogg, who I think is the only person to openly admit that he smoked weed at the White House.
Patrick could have done that.
Oh, totally, dude. Totally. I think I told you or mentioned it somewhere along the line, but I was at Starland Ballroom, and my mother and girlfriend ended up backstage because they were hot little biddies, and I got stuck downstairs with my younger brother, who was like 11 at the time.
Oh shit.
Yes. So by the time I talked security into letting us up so I could grab them, I go up there, and my mother and girlfriend were in that, like, this little closet with Patrick and maybe one other person. They were all smoking, having a good time. I'm like, this is where you ladies are.
Great.
Yeah. But I totally ruined the vibe. I was young, dumb, and had some alcohol in me. And
of course.
But needless to say,
listen, I don't know if I would have been happy about that either. With my mom and my girlfriend at the time in the closet in the band's dressing room where I couldn't get into, I don't know if I'd be happy about that myself.
Right. But I got over it and I moved on. But yeah, I just thought that was funny. So I know Patrick likes his greenery. I'll put it that way.
Yes, he does.
It's good though. It makes you it's such a crazy, because I've witnessed from, being born in the 80s to now, just the difference in opinion when it comes to pot. It used to be like, oh my God, it's the gateway drug. Now it's like, oh, who gives a shit? It's better for you.
Yeah, it should be federally legal. It's just dumb at this point. It's still, I think it's still Schedule I narcotic. Yeah, considered federally. Like one of the worst, like with heroin and cocaine. It's like, what?
Right.
That doesn't make any sense at all.
No, makes absolutely no sense. And then you got wacky ass laws called, I think, the Rockefeller laws in New York, where it's like coke is here and then crack is here, as far as like the penalty you do for having, which is directly related to them, I think, trying to put black people in jail over white people, because white people were doing coke and a lot of black people at the time were doing crack. It was a cheaper drug. So in the suburbs and stuff, like that's was their drug
Inner
of choice.
cities, yeah.
So the fact that you add baking soda and water to coke and then it makes the crime so much worse is just mind blowing to me. And it's like a slap.
Oh, you know the recipe for crack? I didn't know that.
You know I do. Come on now. I'm from North Jersey, man. We know the recipe for everything.
Yeah, no, I mean, I agree with you. I think that was unleashed on, there's conspiracy theories.
Yeah, here they go.
About that. About how it was unleashed by the CIA on the black community. I mean, it devastated it.
Right.
And then, Joe Biden's right there in 94 passing the anti-crime laws directly,
yes,
targeting that group of people.
But if you ain't black, you ain't voting for, what was it?
You don't vote for me, you ain't black.
That's it. There you go.
But he's just good old Joe. It's okay.
Good old Joe, throwing out gems. But the best president for sound bites definitely and will always will be George H.W.
Oh
Bush.
my God. Strategery.
Yeah. If you can't put food on your table or food on your family.
And the worldwide interwebs.
Dude, but like there's like a 20-minute one on YouTube where like I'm crying laughing throughout the whole video. It's just like,
yeah. I gotta look that up.
Oh, it's so good. Just type in George Bush's like slip ups or something. It is hysterical, dude. And then
it's great to see Will Ferrell do him. I remember Will Ferrell used to do him all the time. And then they had a skit with Will Ferrell and Dana Carvey doing Senior.
Oh, no way.
And that's funny as hell. And then I think Fred Armisen's playing Obama.
Perfect.
It's a good skit.
Yeah, I mean, Will Ferrell doing George H.W. is phenomenal.
Yeah.
He had years. I mean, he kept coming on to do that even after he was out of the cast of SNL.
Oh, yeah.
If I remember correctly. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's so crazy. All the people and comedians that came through or started off on SNL and like what they've become. Like Adam Sandler is a juggernaut when it comes to box office and all that stuff.
God. Yeah.
SNL alumni.
Man, Eddie Murphy.
Eddie Murphy. Now, was Eddie Murphy famous before SNL or no? Because I don't remember that far.
I don't think so. I'm not sure exactly. I don't know what I actually don't know what his history was before, pre SNL. I'm not sure. That's where I became aware of him. The
Eddie Murphy Raw and Eddie Murphy Delirious in the purple and red leather suits, man. God bless him for wearing those things. He must be.
I think it was blue. It was blue.
Oh, blue.
Red on the first one and blue on the second one. Blue and black. Yeah.
Yes.
Great.
And full leather, man. Like he had to be hot.
Yeah. You'd think so.
Yeah, he might be a Furby. He might be into putting on the costume and banging.
Furby.
You heard it here first.
That's different than the leather guy.
Yeah, true. But come on now, roll with me here.
I mean, then you have, David Spade and of course the late Chris Farley. They were having a good run. Then he died. Obviously, the guy was so fucking funny. The first time we played at SNL in '94, I think it was, David Hyde Pierce was the host. And
you're of a
at
host.
the end of the show, we I think it was Chad, Patrick, and I. We decided we're gonna surround Chris Farley and bear hug him and jump up and down. So we did that. If you see right at the very end of the show before they cut it off, you can see us doing that.
Was he?
He wasn't really down. He was just like, "What the fuck?
What are you guys doing?"
But yeah.
So his brother's pretty funny. Kevin Farley, I think.
Yeah. I think I follow him on Instagram.
Oh, you do?
I think so, yeah.
Now, how come you update your Instagram more so than your other socials? Just like a quick pic and a synopsis? That's what you're looking for?
Oh, you mean like the story thing on Instagram? I'm just on Instagram a lot and I see something that either intrigues me or pisses me off and I put it up.
Well, because you were doing some funny ass videos on your Instagram where like you would do voiceovers and stuff like that, and like kind of
Yeah.
those were dope. And I thought they were more fit for like TikTok.
Yeah, I've never downloaded TikTok. I
Me
don't
either.
even want to get involved with it.
Me either. I'm scared to, just from listening to Rogan about like how it's Chinese spyware.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, what they follow your keystrokes. I mean, they probably all do, but like, it's TikTok. It seems to be the worst, and it all gets sent to fucking China. Like, I don't really. They probably have a bunch of shit anyway on me anyway, but like, I don't want to give them more. So
exactly, you don't want to give them backdoor access or whatever. I think we have a caller. I'm gonna see if this works.
Oh, caller.
Let's see here. Caller, can you hear me? Caller?
I can hear you.
Yo, what up, dude?
Ooh,
So
we can hear you this week. All right.
If you have anything with volume coming out of it besides the phone, just lower that. And what up, caller? What is your first name?
My first name is Josh.
Josh, what's going on? So, Chad, this is Josh Lichtenfeld, and this is.
Oh yes, I know Josh.
Yeah,
what's up, buddy?
How are you guys?
Doing well.
Not bad.
I thought it'd be great for him to come on and kind of tell us a little bit of his story and what happened between him and Chad Taylor and Chad Taylor's lawyer, mostly. What was
the lawyer we got disqualified? Yes.
Yes.
Go ahead.
I really don't know what happened with Chad Taylor and all of that scenario. I think I was the one that reiterated what Bill Hines said a few comments before me.
Right. That's all it took. You took Bill's side.
So maybe me using a little bit of hyperbole, I mentioned he torpedoed the band, which probably wasn't appropriate on my part.
That is not a conspiracy theory.
But you are a fan and you are just posting your opinion. It's not like you're fucking over there defaming anybody.
No, and I want to get this out of the way too. I'm just a genuine fan of the band live. Like, the crazy thing is I'm a fan of Chad Taylor's and I'm a fan of Patrick Dahlheimer's. I'm a huge fan of Ed Kowalczyk, and Gracey knows this, but Gracey is one of the most badass drummers of all time. Not just because he's in live, but just because he is.
Appreciate that, Josh.
So I, that scenario was just kind of frustrating and weird. So I decided I didn't want to be entangled in any of that, because I never like tried to stir the pot or create any bad will or whatever. So I just decided for a couple of months it was smart for me to shut up.
Well, and you also were threatened to basically silence because they were having you go on and delete previous posts that you put, telling you not to talk about things in the future. So it's almost like you were pressured into it. And the part that pissed me off was, of course, all of it, but the fact that in Mr. Taylor's blog is he started going on and actually naming you by name and talking shit about you, and he was lying. So that's the part that upset me.
So yeah, I got reached out to, and I don't know what I'm even on to talk about as far as that all goes, but I got reached out to, and I was just asked to, stop giving opinions that weren't facts, and stop stating it, or I could be implicated in stuff. So I'm like, okay. And then they were like, we want you to delete, what you've done and knock it off. So I did. I showed respect, because, I have a family and everything else. The last thing I want to be is entangled in legal affairs that have nothing to do with me.
Right. And the fact that you felt that was an option is just ridiculous.
It was weird. So yeah, it was unnerving. I'm like, am I going to get subpoenaed or something because of being an idiot on Facebook? Because I started thinking, Josh, you're a moron. Like, if you just would have said nothing and just like let it go and whatever. But what I was totally dumbfounded by was 2 months later, because I did everything that was asked of me. I didn't say a word. I left. And then, to say that I was and he did apologize. I want to give him some credit. And I know you confronted him, but he did apologize.
When you
said
say
that
who are you talking about, Josh?
Chad Taylor.
Okay.
Chad Taylor said that he thinks that I'm a good person and I was a metaphorical tree or something.
Now, did he do
And
that?
This is Chad Taylor's MO. This is what he does historically.
He did
He'll
this
blow up.
on his he did this on his Instagram, like after you, because you're not trying. I mean, everybody knows what your Instagram is, John. So
yeah,
you were like, shame on you. You attacked like a longtime fan here who's like always had your goodwill at heart. And yeah, he mentioned what Bill did, but like you still attacked him. And then Chad kind of backpedaled and was like, Chad Taylor, not Gracey. And he was just like, oh, well, he's a metaphorical tree. And I think I misconstrued what he said. And so I'm like, I'm not gonna respond to him either, because
right.
the last thing I want is a bunch of attention, you know?
Yeah.
Like it was kind of unnerving. The only like part of the reason I feel like okay to talk at all is because, and I don't even want to name drop the dude, but the dude that reached out to me, they kicked him off. So I'm like, well, evidently he's not going to come after me with pitchforks and
that's the lawyer we disqualified. Yeah, he's out.
Yeah. So
then again, he stopped after, like, all that stopped after a little bit of correspondence. So I think it was kind of like, if we get this guy to shut up, it's one less person that could say stuff that we don't like and like maybe move the narrative around.
Because you were a moderator or are a moderator on the page. Didn't they want you to go through and siphon out like shit? Like,
well, it was like, hey, they were like, hey, there's stuff going on. So
hello.
He got silenced by them.
Yeah, he might have. Hold on a second, Joshy. Hold on.
Go ahead.
There he is.
You're back.
Okay, I'm still here.
Cool.
It was kind of like, there's a lawsuit at hand. We don't want you to say things or like let things air in here that could, you know, be inappropriate. Like, right. I think like some of the morals that seemed okay, that part, but all I said is, listen, I'm not the admin. The admin is a guy named Nick Sacco, and if you want control of the page, I said there's another admin. It's actually John's an admin on there. Heck, there's 7 admins on there. I've never been an admin. I was just a moderator, and the only reason I get attention is because I write a lot, you know.
And you write very well, which is probably the lawyer was not expecting an educated person behind that email.
Yeah, so that was I don't know, man. That was a weird situation. Like that whole thing. I'm like, dude, I don't want to be implicated in anything. I really don't want legal affairs. I don't even know these people. Like, I'm like, now it's like, am I going to be like, if Live ever tours again, am I going to be blacklisted? You know, you start thinking like, are you going to be blacklisted from going to events? You're just like, what?
No, you won't be blacklisted if we ever tour again, because guess what? Chad Taylor won't be there. So,
yep. And
so, you're good.
Josh is being a little like he's not going full out here, which I completely understand, but I talked to him personally and he was like nervous and like he's like, I don't want this, like I don't want, like I got a lawyer coming after me now, and Chad Taylor's mentioning my name in his blog and stuff. So like,
well, the blog, what I can say about that is when he implicated me and that guy, and Gracey knows that guy very well, Bob Cesaro, that to implicate us as cyberbullies of women. So we live in an era right now. Like if we want to look at what just happened with Hyde, and Danny Masterson probably did do some stupid stuff here. Like, let's not defend this guy. But we live in an era now where Ashton Kutcher and Mila Kunis, because they opened their mouths and defended their friend. And yeah, the guy it's pretty obvious where there's smoke, there's fire. But now you're watching all these articles over the last few days. The media is circling them like wolves to get them, right? So we live in an era now where it's like, you don't want to be entangled with this stuff because you become spotlighted. Well, then Chad Taylor spotlights us, says that we're like cyberbullies of women. I'm like, are you kidding me? Like a cyberbully of women? Like what? And then like he was like,
he just makes shit up, dude. That's what he does.
He's like, they bullied, and they gave I forget all the women now, but I'm like, I don't even know them. Like I never even talked to them. I like never had a correspondence with them. So I don't know. And again, I didn't even respond to it. Maybe I should have, maybe I shouldn't have. I was just like, whatever, this is really stupid. I just went away for a couple months.
Yeah, literally, you weren't on that Fans of Live page for months because of that.
Yep.
So and I think I just got caught in the crosshairs, or maybe somebody was like, listen, this is a chance. These two guys here, I don't know who or why, like they would have recommended, I guess, Bob and I to be part of this article, because it was, like I said, like 2 months later, where I was like, what? Like someone messaged me, they're like, you're not going to be very happy. And then I had other people messaging me, and like they're messaging me and they're like, and they're tied to the band. Right. And I don't want to name the guy's name because he was really nervous himself. And he's like,
that's cool.
He had a really long history with the band. And he's like, I feel really bad what happened to you and all this and all that, but I'm not going to say anything publicly. I'm like, cool. Like, great. Yeah. Thanks for that support.
Right. Your support behind closed doors doesn't do much for me, but thanks.
So, the reality is too, I'm not afraid to say that I'm friends with Chad Gracey and that I know who Bill Hines is. Like, that doesn't make that doesn't make me a scumbag because I know who these people are. But
Chad Gracey and Bill Hines, that's kind of seedy characters you're hanging out with there, bud.
Right. Well, I've never hung out. I've never met these people. Like, I've talked to them on the phone and stuff like that, but I've never met them in person. But the reality is it's like there doesn't need to be like a hunting party sort of setup like that page turned into. But I will say a lot of that drama after that time period has dissipated. It seems like a lot of the people that were entangled and stuff just got bored of it because it became tiresome after a while.
And the truth started to come out from multiple sources, not just from Chad Gracey, not just from Bill Hines, but from public court records, from this, from that. And slowly but surely, the dismantling of lies was taking place.
And there will be more coming, believe me.
There's more reckoning.
The legal process is continuing, and we're not stopping.
The crazy thing.
And Chad Taylor is, Josh, just for the record, Chad Taylor is all bluster. He's been bluster his whole fucking life, as long as I've known him. Bluster. And then he just makes things up out of thin air, believes them in his mind, and sells them. That's what he did to you.
I think he went too. I think he knows he went too far. He stepped on the ledge, and then John kind of bitch slapped him a little bit, and then he's like, "Yeah, now in public they know that I defamed a fan because that was defamation of character.
It's basically almost doxed you.
For want to go with defamation?
That sounds great.
Luckily, he said the wrong town, but yeah, he said my age, the state, and all that. I'm like, what is he doing?
His name, his age, and the state, maybe the city too. I'm not sure, but
I can give his address right now if you want. I can give you Chad Taylor's address if you want to go see him.
He said,
but you know what? I won't do that. I'm not a dick.
I would give him time. Like, if he ever wanted to talk to me, I would peacefully talk to him because I've been a fan of your guys' music for not as long as some, because I'm only 37, but I've been a fan of live since 2012.
Is it 1, 2, 3 Red Roof Lane? That's Red Roof Lane. That's where I feel like a lot of, not to disparage them, but I feel like that's where like a lot of hookers are, at Red Roof Inns. Anybody? Just me? All righty.
They rent by the hour.
I'm a Midwesterner. We don't really have a lot of outside of Chicago good experiences for that,
you need to capitalize and take over that market, dude. Your pimp hand is strong. No, but Josh, I really wanted you to come on and get this story out because it wasn't known. It wasn't known well enough actually what happened to you. So for anybody listening out there who, this is straight from the horse's mouth. This is straight from a huge fan of the band live and how he was treated just for being a fan of the band. And just
and I'll take ownership, right? I did say he torpedoed the band. I can't take away my words. I mean, he can't take away his words in that post either. There's that guy out of Australia. And Gracey, do you guys follow that Fans Alive, the forum page? You guys have to follow that, right? Or you've been on there before?
The main forum page?
Right. Not the Facebook page, but like the website, the URL.
I've been on it a couple of times, but I rarely go on it. But yeah.
It's always a curiosity of mine because there's like a million recordings of you guys too. Like, it's like, if you're a fan, like, you could totally geek out on you guys.
That's cool. Nice.
It's kind of interesting telling you this. Like, it's funny. It's like, yeah, I listened to all your recordings and I'm just talking with you, but yeah, it's like,
it's all good.
But there's the guy in there, his name's Dangum, and that's an alias. Who knows who the guy is?
Major contributor for
he's
audio.
The guy. He's the dude. Well, that Dangum guy took screenshots of, because Taylor froze all of his socials after that happened. He stripped it all, like maybe five. I could be exaggerating. It seemed like an hour after John said something, he took it all down. Well, it's all still there on the forum.
Oh, sweet.
And
he got them all. He got all the screenshots before it went down.
all the screenshots stayed on the forum. So like, yeah, there's screenshots of my stuff. Like when I said he torpedoed the band, I did. And why I said it, you know, to proclaim why I said it was everyone was like, we're confused. It's like no one read anything, right?
Right.
I'm like, dude, Bill, because this was like, I'm an ex-journalist. I went to college for journalism. I was a journalist for a while. And then, you know, the recession happened. But
wait, is this Andy Green? Oh,
no, I'm not Andy Green. Is he Jewish? Because I'm Jewish. Maybe we have that in common.
Lichtenfeld. It's not, Lichtenfeld kind of sounds like it'd be German, dude. You sure you're on the right side over there?
Well, it's Feld, man. And Feld is field in German.
Anything
But Feld-
Lichten reminds me of German. Sorry.
Well, anything Lichten should because it's very German, but Feld is usually
Yeah,
a
it's like
surname for somebody that's
Steinfeld,
Jewish.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
But on that page, when he was talking about it, when Bill was talking about it, I'm like, how do these people not pick up what's going on? Because finally he was dropping the other shoe. He's like, here's what happened, blah, blah, blah. And because people were speculating, the guys went quiet for like 2 years. There was nothing for 2 years. Then all of a sudden I'm like, yeah, he torpedoed the band. Did you not read what Bill Hine said? Well, that wasn't appropriate on my part. Maybe if I would have shut the hell up, like that wouldn't have become a thing because I know that pissed him off.
Yeah.
Josh, anything's appropriate on you're allowed to say what you want to say. I mean, and it's completely true. I mean, he torpedoed the band. It's a long process, but he torpedoed the band. Chad Taylor saying he wrote this song and that song over starting in like 93, 94 is what eventually led to Ed, stopping writing with him, and then eventually led in a long period to the 2009 breakup.
And not only that,
notice.
Hold on one second, Josh. And not only that, I mean, for, you guys in the beginning, 93, 94 and shit, when interviews are going on and you're saying you guys are writing the music together, it's like a camaraderie thing. You know what I'm saying? Like you're not going to,
right.
It's not going to stop an interview and say, well, actually, no, it's me. And then Chad comes up with this guitar part. And then I really write the lyrics. Melody. That's just way too much and too extreme. And
I think in a group setting, Ed was fine with us saying that we worked on the music together. Maybe even said wrote the songs together. We would say that. But like for Chad Taylor to say, I wrote Lightning Crashes.
Right.
I wrote something. It's like, that's not appropriate. I would never say that. Patrick would never say that.
Fair thing is people read this stuff, right? Because all you know is the reality you see. It's like believe half what you see and not what you hear. Not to use a cliche, but it is. And so for years I'd read that Ed's a dickhead and that he broke up the band. I mean, you read this stuff. Like if you're just blasé and you read whatever articles are out there. So flash forward to the City Winery show of Ed's, like a year before Live got back together. You guys got back together rather. It was in 15. I went there, and this is pre-COVID, so it was a little bit more open, right? Ed was just meeting people. Like he didn't give a shit. Like I met up with him, put my arm around him, took a picture, he talked. I'm like, this is the big bad wolf. I'm like, that narrative was stupid. I realized in like 4 minutes that whatever was being said there was a spin job from somebody. I'm not going to point a finger at who might be spinning, but I could tell at that point it was not Ed's a big scumbag and he is the big bad wolf of Live. I was like, this guy's so mellow. He actually cares about his fans. I'm like this, something doesn't read out right here.
It almost seems like two different people when Ed gets off stage to when Ed's on stage too, because he's so chill and mellow.
Intense. He's so intense on stage.
Right. But then the complete opposite come after the show or whatever. So I'm like, man, this guy fucking got some ups and downs like crazy. Like I can never go from to, hey, nice to meet you. Blah, blah. I would still be.
So Gracey, I was listening to different eras of your drumming, right? And obviously, not to bring up a bad subject, but you weren't involved in that EP. We know this because of your guys' long video. That was Robin Diaz.
That is correct. Yes.
You listen you listen through the stuff, and then the turn gets kind of shit on because of what it was with Christian. But your drumming on there was killer.
Thank you. I love the turn. Yeah.
Popped up on shuffle, and like you seemed inspired on there. Like, did you have freedom to drum how you wanted? Did you? And I'm a total like Neanderthal when it comes to what you can do.
Right. So this is not anything against Ed. Okay. Just let me preface by saying that when we wrote the Gracious Few record and the turn, we worked the way we used to work in Live in the early days when we wrote Mental Jewelry, Throwing Copper, Secret Samadhi, and Distance to Hear. And then Ed, because he was sick of Chad Taylor saying he wrote the songs, didn't want to really write with Chad anymore. So that broke apart that relationship, which was, I think, the core to the magic of the band is those two sitting down, Chad coming out with his, I mean, listen, I'll give Chad credit where credit is due. Chad's badass fucking grungy guitar parts that he would come up with would be cool. And then Ed would figure out cool lyrics to him. And we sit in a room and we'd all fucking hash it out. That's what we would do. Of course, Ed then would write all the lyrics and melody, period, done, end of story. And so that whole process stopped after Distance to Here. And so you have 5, which was basically the first time Ed was like, here's all the songs, you come in and play on them. Like, okay.
No, not Ed. I love Ed, and I'm not an artist.
Yeah.
Club. But Ed was rapping. Like, what? I will live in hell. Maybe he's like, what? Like, I'm like, this is like new metal. What is this song?
Sure.
Down in Birds of Prey, though. Maybe you can clarify this. There's a couple moments that said that you guys wrote on there. Was that just to put it in writing that you guys wrote on there? Or
no, there was. Okay, I should go back and say that Birds of Prey, there was a period where we got into a studio and actually did work on like Lighthouse and a couple of those songs that like.
And
she
had to be you guys. The second track.
It seems like you guys came back to live. It seemed like when you guys did Birds of Prey tour, if you go and watch all the videos and listen to the recordings, you could tell there's an energy there that hadn't been around since like '99. You could see it went like flat. It came back, and then like 2 years later, it was gone again.
Yeah,
like it was really weird. It was like a reemergence of your band.
Well, I mean, Ed, I think it was. Ed agreed to do that kind of studio thing. We did it in Nashville. We got in a studio and like wrote together. It was like the old days for a little bit. And I don't know what prompted him to do that, but then probably, after that, maybe, I'm not sure why he regressed. I don't know if Chad Taylor did something or whatever, but, a lot of this is hinging on the relationship between Chad and Ed. And it's classic lead singer, lead guitar player relationship.
Hey, Jimmy Page, Robert Plant. They all have,
and sometimes they don't get along, and that's where we are. And unfortunately, Chad Taylor wants to be the lead singer. What's he doing in his little show he's doing? He's going to sing everything.
That's crazy.
Okay, so
to his credit, he does have some of the better backup vocals I've heard.
Yes,
like just
but
another
they
one.
Are
Robert
strange backing vocals. Like they're unique, but it's not like you're like, oh, that's a great voice behind there. It just fits their music very well.
You can always tell when there's like really shitty backup vocals. Like in the latter years, because I'm a diehard Stone Temple Pilots fan too. In the latter years, Scott, in his like drug-laden end of it all, he was with this guy. I believe his name was Tommy Black. He was the guy, the bassist. Yeah, he was the bassist, and he was singing the backup vocals, and it was like, no, like, and he was singing over Scott Weiland. I'm like,
oh boy,
oh shit, this is awful and like destroying a live performance.
And which band are you talking about, STP or the Velvet Revolver?
So Scott Weiland, after they fired him in 2013.
Scott. He did his own band. That's right. Yeah.
Scott brought up his own firing because he went and toured the first 2 albums on his own with a 5-piece band, and then that was called the Wildabouts. And then the Wildabouts afterwards, he condensed it and he kicked out that guy Doug Greon, and then he became like a normal 4-piece band. And then his guitarist died. He died within a year. But the long and the short is Scott Weiland and the Wildabouts, they were out touring like this surprisingly good album called Blaster. But this black guy, that's his last name, he was singing over Scott Weiland when I saw them. I'm like, this is horrible. I'm like, how do you sing over Scott Weiland?
Chad, have you heard Chad Taylor's version of Lightning Crashes where he does every instrument and sings?
Does that exist?
Yeah. Dude, he sounds like the
I have not.
It's piano rather than guitar and stuff. And then his effect that he has on vocal, yes, he's using auto-tune, but he made it to where it sounds like a boy band rendition of it. You really have to hear it. I wish we had our producer on this week so he could pull it up for us, but that Rob Bobby Yankee slacking somewhere.
This is hilarious to me, and this is classic Chad Taylor. So probably the reason that we did get back together and Chad got fired was that when that dance version of Lightning Crashes was put out by that DJ. Yeah. Chad got wind of that, and apparently, and I don't have the full story, but apparently there was a call between Ed and Chad where Chad was saying, "How dare you do this to one of my songs or our song or whatever the fuck it was." He was going off on Ed. Ed's like, "Fuck you. I can, do what I want.
Right.
And I re-sang it for the guy, whatever. And I was all like, cool, this is great. Let's have a new version of Lightning Crashes. Maybe it'll appeal to a different, new audience.
Absolutely.
But then to hear that now he's gone and done his own version of it.
Yeah.
It's just par for the course. It's like he goes off on Ed for it and then does it himself. It's like, okay.
I almost wonder if his was put out before Ed did that one. Josh, do you remember when
I don't know.
Put out this version of Lightning Crashes?
Dude, I don't. The last I heard was like the whole toss up here. It was like the confusion, right? Like a few months. It was like around the time all the bullshit happened with me. But it was like he said something about he wrote Lightning Crashes, and then Ed was like, "Fuck you," and then Ed went off and just wiped out everybody else. And as we know, there's litigation going on there too. So maybe that's Ed's guys right now for why. But the long and short is it was like that dude doing a rendition of.
I love when you say that for some reason.
Well, it's like I guess it's like an old word saying for something that's not going to be long and short, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right, so hold on a second. Let me see if I could do this. Let me see if I could share this for you.
I don't even want to hear this. Are you going to do this?
Just the initial of it, because it's that bad.
Oh God.
Well, to earn some brownie points for Mr. Taylor, so he doesn't think I hate him. Should I clap?
Yes, please. Share screen.
You don't need to earn brownie points for Chad Taylor. You're funny.
Here we go. There's that. Let's see. You guys can't hear it, right?
I can't hear it.
The angel opens her eyes. Confusion sets in for the dog to even close the door.
Like it's a little homoerotic in my mind.
Who? I'm confused. Who's singing here?
That's Chad Taylor.
Chad Taylor's voice sounds like that, like when he normally sings.
That doesn't sound like his voice at all to me, but
you could tell he's got the auto tune on. I mean, unless he had
obviously
do it and he's pretending like he's singing, I don't know. But that's
I didn't know it's Chad Taylor. I thought it was the other guy. Why I'm like, you made the obscure comment, right? And then I'm like, and then you're like, by the way, it's Chad Taylor. I'm like, huh? I thought it was the other guy that started the whole like hubbub a few months ago.
Yeah, no, that's supposedly him. But how funny.
How funny, like in a like, and I've said this to Gracey before, but like how funny in a whacked out world could I even come on his radar? Like someone like him. Because it's like I'm just a random guy on Facebook that moderates. I became a moderator because Nick Sack was like, will you write a review of Live? I'm trying to get them pings on Yahoo or whatever. It's like a few years ago. I said, well, dude, give me some sort of clout because I'm a nerd. So I also admin a Stone Temple Pilots page that has like 600 people. And I grew it from like 40 when I took it over a few years ago.
Nice.
So like, sure, yeah, I'll do that. Well, then I got Bill's attention because Bill and I got to talking, not because I like to abuse women or whatever he's implicated
you sure
for doing. No, I'm not. But Bill, I earned his respect because Bill's like, of all the people on here, you're like non-biased. He's like, you seem to have the intentions of the band right. You rarely say anything dramatic, and you post a lot of content. So like we started talking a few years ago. He would tell me stuff like when they're about to tour and just stuff like that. He's like, you deserve to know because you're a legitimate fan. That's how I got to know a guy like that. And then through him, I was blessed to get to know Gracey a little bit. But it's so surreal to me that like, as all this happened after a 2-year break, then I'm in articles, right? I'm like in this guy from a band that sold how many millions of albums did you guys sell, Gracey? I mean, just a gluttonous amount.
It's over 20.
Like, this guy got recorded in albums that sold 22 million, and I'm just a freaky nobody, and I'm so important that you're gonna implicate me in this like Me Too movement-esque type of thing. I'm like, dude, that's like, I don't know. And I didn't want to say anything hateful back when it happened either. I was just like, I'm just confused. I don't know what happens here if I shoot my mouth off, because unfortunately with the internet, man, you say the wrong thing, everyone's looking for you to fall down.
Well,
and then they could be like, yep,
ruffled the right feather for sure. You know?
Right. And then people like you, John, you're like, why are you not saying anything? You're a person, you have rights. And I'm like, dude, what if they do come after me? Like, what if that happens? I'm like, that's not gonna be good.
Yeah, they didn't have a fucking leg to stand on to come out.
They don't. It's a hard time enforcing subpoenas across state lines. But anyway.
Especially when you can't hold on to a lawyer. Yeah, I know. It gets a little difficult.
Mm-hmm.
Josh, I definitely wanted you to come on to tell that story. And we'll definitely have you on again to talk about some other cool shit that's going on.
Next time I come on, I'll we don't have to harp on that one. It's cool that you gave me the stage to say all that. In exiting here, Gracey, you have to tell John how big of a badass Jimmy Chamberlain is from the Smashing Pumpkins. We were talking the other day and he was like,
John doesn't know this.
I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, Jimmy Chamberlain's like a top 5 guitarist drummer of the 90s. Like,
Absolutely.
I just on Saturday in Noblesville, and Jimmy Chamberlain is just a total and utter like badass. Like, he sets the total heartbeat of that band.
Did you wait? So you went to
100%.
the Pumpkins?
Yeah. So check this shit out. And maybe you guys can discuss this some more. And it's kind of a conspiracy theory. It's kind of sexy to talk about. Do we notice the recent trend? And Chad, you're an artist, so you might like this one. Yep. Of bands not performing and they're all disappearing to illness, quote unquote. So Pearl Jam did this. I had tickets to go see Pearl Jam with my best friend on Sunday. So we came down on Saturday, and on a whim, I caught lawn seats at the same place. It's the Ruoff, which I know you guys performed back when it was Deerfield, right, Gracey? In Indianapolis area?
Yes. Yep.
You guys, I think you performed there in 2000 and multiple times. I saw the Pumpkins, and the next day I had tickets for Pearl Jam, and then Pearl Jam postponed like 4 hours before. They're like, there's an illness, sorry, we'll be back. Well, then I noticed Guns N' Roses just announced something like 5 hours ago of the same echo. And then Aerosmith had, like, Steven Tyler's vocals are tired. But I mean, to his credit, what's the guy, like 65 years old? I mean, who can sing like that? I mean, but there's a continuum right now of illness. Is illness, not to get salacious here, but is illness COVID? Is illness, we're tired, don't want to perform today? What is illness? Like, this is a real weird
I have
trend.
my theory, but
What is
I'm
your
not
theory?
going there. My theory? Oh,
yes.
I would say vax.
Yeah.
That's just me.
But COVID gave them the out to like cancel shows and postpone shows and not have to right away give money back to the fans that have them, because the shows aren't canceled, they're just postponed. So I've heard a lot of that going on as well.
So your theory is that your theory is the vaccine for why they have illness, like for why they're not performing under the guy's illness. Like, that's what your theory is to it.
Having just heard all this, that's my first go-to.
Yes. Like, they're sick. Like they're like the vaccines are making them sick.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's.
I mean, you're more likely. I mean, now studies are coming out. You're more likely to get COVID after having the vaccine.
Yeah.
Let alone all the complications it's causing. But go ahead.
Here's me, and I told you guys earlier, and Chad Taylor told you all too. I'm 37 years old, right? And there's a huge group of people my age that just suddenly drop dead right after they got the shots. And I have the shots. I got the shots because we just had our daughter in the middle of COVID, and I wanted to go see badasses like Chad Gracey and all those people live. And I'm like, if this is my ticket to getting back in the world, and I work in retail in the public,
right.
I'm like, if this could be my ticket to be out and about, I got them. Well, then I started hearing about all these people dropping dead. I'm like, dude, and I'm not trying to be that guy right now, but I don't feel confident getting more shots.
No.
Like, and then no one's backing them. Who's backing these shots? Because at the time the shots came out, no one actually backed them. They're like, if something happened, like, am I right on this? They were like,
well, Josh, so I mean, I've known about this issue for a long time, since 2009 when I had my son. So no vaccine manufacturer has liability. None of them. They were given immunity by the U.S. government back in 1986. And you're doubly, if something happens to you with the COVID vax, you can't even now go sue the U.S. government because it's emergency use authorized. You have no recourse with the COVID vax to the company, to the U.S. government, nobody. So if you die, God forbid if you die, or if you're injured by it, there's nothing you can do. Nothing.
Yeah. So I have these shots, man. I did the first 2 you got to do, and then I did the last, or not the most recent booster, but like at the time, the first booster.
Right.
And then I backed off when I started hearing all these guys my age dying. I'm like, that just, like, what? And
Have
it was
you-
all the same thing. It was like,
Have you seen died suddenly on? Have you seen that?
no, I shouldn't watch it because I'm starting to, like, after you read about enough of these deaths of your age group, you start going to bed at night thinking, am I going to die? You start having that, like,
I mean,
anxiety,
we
you know?
absolutely hope that does not happen, but yeah, you should watch Died Suddenly.
Yeah, and Josh, I mean, I
don't know
thought
if I
that
want
you
to watch
were,
Die Suddenly.
I thought you were more on the realm of like checking out things. Were you really asking about the vax and like, you know, it's clear as day if you go out there and it's not being broadcast around mainstream media, but it's definitely out there that people are getting strokes, people are getting heart,
Myocarditis, blood clots. I mean, you name it.
I did it all like 2 years ago when the first wave came out. Then I started researching all these people perishing, and I'm like, no, I don't feel good about that. It's kind of like the masks. The masks are funny too, because it's like people reuse a paper mask, which there's no way in hell that's sanitary. Kids were wearing the mask to school, and then they were coughing within their masks. So when you trap your germs, like, you start thinking, where does that go? And then it created this weird society of no one knows other people because they don't see half their face.
Right.
So there's like this weird gray world of like just a lot of the social aspects of the world went away. And in my lifetime, if you would have told me when I was growing up in the 90s, when you guys were rocking, Chad, if you would have told me at that time, like, this would have been reality, like when you're in your 30s, I'd been like, sure, yeah, that's a sci-fi movie, right? Like that, like, what channel are we on? And then it happened. I'm like, what?
Well, this is the thing about the masks too. They don't work. They don't protect you, and they don't protect anyone else from you. It's just, I mean, maybe if you sneeze, they don't get spittle on them.
I had them all.
What's that?
95 and all those. I had all these masks, right? When they came out.
I think is the only one that arguably could do some help.
The N95?
Yeah.
But it's still coming out the sides, and you're breathing in the sides. It's like this.
If you could smell a fart, then you could get COVID.
Exactly.
You know, let's put it that way.
Yeah. Your fart particles are way bigger than viral particles.
Right.
Yeah.
But Josh, the good news is one day it disappeared, like the mandate to wear the mask. So
isn't that funny how that works?
It evaporated. Went away.
Mr. Joshy, do you want to give out any socials or anything, or do you want to be anonymous?
Socials.
Like, do you want to tell people where they can follow you on social media or not?
Well, if anybody's on the Fans Alive page, you'll see me comment. I'm the one that I'm not like you guys where I have like a cool Instagram, or I'm nowhere near as popular as a Chad Gracey or a John Rodolo.
Do you want to give them your OnlyFans account? Because we know you're on there naked.
You weren't supposed to tell people.
Oh, my bad.
I heard it was feet only.
I don't have anything.
Josh
exciting.
Lichtenballs is what he does this OnlyFans.
Yeah.
Nice.
If I ever start a blog one day, we can discuss there. But as of right now, I have nothing.
Matter of fact, that's what you should do, Josh, because you write so freaking well, and you should do that, and then we'll let you come on and promo it on here.
That'd be cool.
All right, my man. Good talking to you.
Thanks, Josh. Take care, bud.
Thank you. Dude. Peace.
Bye.
Holy shnikes. That
I had no idea about the musician thing. I haven't heard about this. And, of course, everyone's going to be like, well, how can you just jump right to vax? It's like most of those people got it.
Right.
And now you have them not being able to perform. And, it's just, you don't hear about this on mainstream media about anybody dying or having any side effects from it, but it's happening all over the freaking place. It's like, there's a couple video compilations of showing athletes, freaking just going down on the field.
Right.
And then you have there was one video where the guy was an ex-soccer player. It's like it's like pre-COVID, you never ever saw an athlete collapse on the field of any sport.
And the fact that post-vax, a lot of this shit is going down, and or if you do draw a relation to it, you're fucking looked at like you have a tinfoil hat on.
Right.
It is crazy.
But that's by design too. I mean, it's just by design.
Right.
Like you can't ask any questions anymore about anything, you have to take the narrative that's given to you, and you can't ask any questions about it, or people will attack you. And it's like, and I wouldn't be so emboldened to talk about this shit if everything, not everything, but most of the things that I thought that I learned during COVID became true.
Right.
And they were all things that were censored and suppressed by social media, by mainstream media, by the government, by the CDC, by the FDA. It's like, you know, the mask, the vax, Hunter Biden's laptop. It's like, okay, so you have people on the live forum saying, why is he a conspiracy theorist? It's like, well, I'm not a conspiracy theorist. I was just listening to Joe Rogan and Tulsi Gabbard. There was another guy on there, BJ something. He used to be a fighter, but he's a Hawaiian guy.
BJ Penn?
He was saying anytime there's a fact check, it's foreshadowing to the truth.
It's like, very true.
That's what happens. So
BJ Penn?
Yeah, BJ Penn. Thank you. Yes. And so I guess my point is, anyone that tells me now that look down on me for being a conspiracy theorist, I just say, you know what? You keep being a sheeple, believe in what you want to believe in the narrative that's given to you. Like, the government has never lied to us in our whole fucking existence of this country. I mean, give me a break. I'm not anti-government, but they fucking lie. And
right.
The mainstream media now there's no journalism to go fact check anything, really fact check it, do actual journalism. It's just, you know, let's spout off whatever the government tells us to. And now you have the CIA tampered with Facebook and fucking the White House and Twitter and all these social medias were just like listening. You go, oh yeah, we'll censor that content. No, we can't have that come out. It's just ridiculous what is happening. And I'm the fucking crazy guy. It's like, is the crazy person the one that knew the truth was suppressed and then the truth comes out? Or is a crazy person the one that continuously believes what you're being told by the government and by mainstream media and by social media?
Right. We said last week that we wanted to take your conspiracy theories and actually go through and pick out the ones that came true, which were pretty much everything we spoke about. That will be a bit one day, ladies and gentlemen. So
I'm going to write them all down. I got to do that as soon as we get off here. I forgot to do that.
Yeah. And we'll let you know which ones were fake, which ones were not. But it's just insane, this world we live in, you know, where, you know, people believe kind of what the fuck they want to believe, or I guess really they're believing what's told to them, you know, across the board. But do your own research, people.
Yeah, but like pre-COVID, when you said I do my own research, you weren't like looked down upon and like people thought you were crazy for doing that. It's like, that's what's fucking nuts about it. People believe now it's crazy for you to go out and find your own information about something and make your own decision about it. What? Like, where the fuck do we live? Like, what clown world are we living in where that's now looked down upon?
Right. Well, I think we spoke about it last week, but I said if there's ever a fucking mask mandate again, I'm not wearing it. And anybody who has a problem with me not wearing it, because that was a thing where they could say, "Hey, you don't have your mask on," and people be like, sorry.
It was like communist style fucking, you know, point out your neighbor and have them fucking sent to the gulag because you're not wearing a mask. It's like, this is where we are as a country. Oh, look, you're not wearing a mask. Oh my God. The mask that doesn't do shit.
Right. Now I'm going to wipe my ass with my mask and put it in that person's face who was asking me where my mask is and say,
exactly.
Oh boy.
And then sadly, there's still people out there that believe all this fucking shit, that believe that masks work and they're going to still continue to wear them. And that's their choice. Go ahead, wear a mask. But like, it doesn't do anything. It doesn't help you.
There's still people who believe that Trump was part of Russia collusion.
Oh my God.
How fucked up these people are.
Yeah, this just started in 2016 for me.
Oh, Chad, here's a good thing that another conspiracy is that since you have these thoughts, that's the reason why live is no longer.
Oh, I know. I've seen that one. That's hilarious. Yeah. That's just so funny. I mean, people get to make up their own things. Here's the conspiracy theory. Not true.
Not true. Period. End of story. That's not the main focal point there.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, funny.
Anywho, ladies and gentlemen, it has been our pleasure, and I'm sure your listening pleasure for another weekly show down the
I'm
tube.
sure. Yeah.
I get Josh on again, man. He took up like 40 minutes of our show here.
Yeah, he was great.
Great.
I love Josh. He's a great guy.
Good dude. Absolutely a good dude.
He should have stood his ground against Chad Taylor and
the
idiot lawyer, but hey, that's all right.
I'm at least
I understand that he didn't want to be involved and have his name, but and then Chad just basically doxes him. It's like, what the fuck, dude? It's just unbelievable to me.
I'm glad he got to come on and tell his side of the story, or even just the story, because a lot of people don't know that a fan was being persecuted like that for being a fan. It's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
But you know where to catch him, at the Chad Gracey for Instagram. John Rotolo, wherever you want to find me, should be good. And again, guys, thank you for listening. We'll have more and more stuff prepared as we go through. I am still working on that phone number for you guys to call in, or also working on a way for maybe you guys to zoom in so we could have more than just the two of our faces on here. Thanks for listening, guys. And Chad, if you want to say goodbye.
Bye-bye. Thank you. We'll continue to put the shit in bullshit.
Yes.
Bye-bye.
Stop lying.